Cycle 2, Week 7. Geography, we're doing European peninsulas. So we have first the Iberian Peninsula, down by Spain and Portugal. We have the Apennine Peninsula around Italy. We have the Broken Balkan Peninsula around Greece. And finally, the Scandinavian Peninsula. Now we're moving on to timeline. We're going to start with Jesus, the Messiah. Then we have Pentecost. We'll have the fire in our heads. And then in the early church. Then we're going to do persecution. And that spreads the gospel. We're going to turn the gospel. And then Herod's temples destroyed by Titus. Diocletian, we'll make a D, and he's going to do a karate chop, divides the Roman Empire. And then Constantine legalizes L, Christianity. And finally, India's, touch her forehead, Gupta dynasty, which is the golden age of India. So here we go. Jesus the Messiah.
Year 1 AD, year 1 AD, year 1 AD.
Pentecost in the early church. Persecution spreads the gospel. Herod's temple destroyed by Titus. Diocletian divides the Roman Empire. Constantine legalizes Christianity. India's Gupta dynasty. Week 7 history is tell me about the Reformation. What's the sign for Reformation? And then do 15 is flash. 17 is yes. And then we'll do an M and an L for Martin Luther. And Protestant, we put our hand up for like stop. And then now Reformation, 2 R's going across our wrist. By printing, we're going to do like a little mini printing press. Printing the 95, put up 9. And then 5. That made Pope, make the sign for Pope. Leo the 10th, make a 10. And then we're going to excommunicate him. And then we'll do L for later. Later, J for John, and C for Calvin. Join, the sign for joined, the Reformation. And that's what we're going to do. So here we go. Tell me about the Reformation. In 1517, Martin Luther began the Protestant Reformation by printing the 95 Theses that made Pope Leo the 10th excommunicate him. Later, John Calvin joined the Reformation, and this is how it all began. In 1517, Martin Luther began the Protestant Reformation. English this week, we're continuing our pronouns. It's possessive pronoun adjectives, and they are my, your, his, her, its, our, your, their. So let's do the pronouns up to dates, doing the chicken dance, starting with nominative. Nominative pronouns I, you, he, she, it, we, you, they. Objective pronouns me, you, him, her, it, us, you, them. Possessive pronouns mine, yours, his, hers, its, ours, yours, theirs. Possessive pronoun adjectives my, your, his, her, its, our, your, their. Latin for the next 2 weeks is first conjugation, perfect tense, and to remember what it is, we'll say when the farmer in the dell, because that's the song, goes out and sees a perfect day, he goes, ee. So, e isti it, imus istis errant. First conjugation, perfect tense. On a perfect day, the farmer in the dell goes outside and he says, e isti it, imus istis errant. First conjugation, perfect tense. Last time, on a perfect day, the farmer in the dell goes outside and says, e isti it, imus istis errant. First conjugation, perfect tense. Math this week is just doing the 13s, so it makes it nice and easy. 13 times 1 equals 13. 13 times 2 equals 26. 13 times 3 equals 39. 13 times 4 equals 52. 13 times 5 equals 65. 13 times 6 equals 78. 13 times 7 equals 91. 13 times 8 equals 104. 13 times 9 equals 117. 13 times 10 equals 130. 13 times 11 equals 143. 13 times 12 equals 156. 13 times 13 equals 169. 13 times 14 equals 182. 13 times 15 equals 195. Finally, for science, we are going to do what are 6 forms of pollution we're going to try to squeeze Imagine Dragons' song Radioactive into it. So it goes like this. What are 6 forms? 6 forms of pollution. 6 forms of pollution are noise, air, water, land, thermal, and radioactive, radioactive. Whoa, whoa,
Whoa, whoa, oh.
I'm radioactive.
Radioactive.
And that's week number 7.
Which superhero hits the most home runs?
Which superhero hits the most home runs? I don't know. Which one?
Batman.
Batman.